What's up, fight fans?
All right, greetings from the Wrestleverse, and we're gonna start our new thing called the Wrestleverse Top 10. So, in an ever-evolving landscape of sanctioned and unsanctioned fight leagues, wrestling promotions, underground fight clubs, and narrative correctors, the Wrestleverse continues to become more connected with each passing round.
It's so true. Nearly all the doors are open. The fighters themselves have the freedom to express themselves with less management oversight and in front of a broader audience.
Yeah, if a promoter has a watchable weekly fight card that can be found on TV or like online, then we, the Wrestleverse, we're gonna watch it.
That's right. And we're your guides. Billy here.
And T-John, take it to the ring. Let's do this. It's time for the Wrestleverse Top 10.
Right, let's get into it. So, number 10, MLW has announced.
I had to run it. Sorry, go ahead. All right, number 10.
You're good, man.
Go for it.
Yes, so number 10, MLW has announced 2 live events, Thursday and Friday. So Major League Wrestling will be presenting the Wrestlemania weekend events Thursday evening and Friday afternoon at Gillies in Dallas, Texas, that is. So Thursday, the promotion will present Intimidation Games 2022 at 7 p.m. This event will be in Alexander Hammerstone versus Richard Holiday with Alicia Stout. And we also have the MLW Tag Team Champions, EJ Naduka and Calvin Tankman versus Arez and Gino Medina. It's a great fight card. We also have Ross and Marshall Von Erich versus 5150 with Conan and Julius Smokes, excuse me. Stacked event. Definitely check that one out.
Yeah, for sure. And next, what's this one? Oh, yeah. Azteca Underground at 2 p.m. Central featuring Azteca Apocalypto, LA Park versus Jacob Fatu. Then you got the Mexican strap match, Aramis versus Gino Medina. Then the Von Erichs and MLW champion Alexander Hammerstone versus Richard Holiday with Alicia Stout and King Muertes and Mads Kruger.
What?
Oh, sorry?
No, that's a great card, man.
Oh, dude, yeah. You also got Bandito versus Flamita. This trios match, Mini Abismo Negro versus Anderez and Mystery Luchador versus El Dragon and Microman and Aerostar. Dude, this card is stacked. Octagon Jr. versus Matt Cross. Holiday versus the debuting chick Tormenta. NZO versus Casey Navarro. Like, dude, this is going to be awesome.
Man, there's so many great fight cards in this one. And fight fans, don't forget, Wrestlemania is not just about WWE. There is a ton of stuff out there for the next couple weeks. And we're going to be watching it. Don't worry.
Yeah. So, next up, though, because I don't think anybody said anything yet. So let's move on to number 9.
Number nine.
Dude. Harlan got married.
What? Can you believe this? The stone cold sociopath himself, right?
Yeah.
The WWE NXT superstar, Harlan, whose real name is Parker Dudreau. He's, I believe that's French. He got married to Isabel Guerrero, and this is his longtime girlfriend. And it was just this past Saturday. The couple, they got engaged Valentine's Day this year, and they announced it on their social media accounts. And, you know, it's just so funny seeing him, you know, tender and dressed up, you know, and
yeah. I'm so used to seeing him in like that like, I don't know, that kind of country, like everything's ripped off kind of thing. He looks like he was like shocked, like he had electrotherapy from the ages of 9 to 18.
Yeah, right.
So like seeing him, like being just like a regular dude is awesome, man. But he kind of got in character with this next picture, which I loved. I love this picture because you can see that stone face, and then his girl looks all soft. Like it's a dope picture, man. But
Yeah.
Harlan's been doing really great in NXT since his debut last December. He has 6 matches, picking up wins over Guru Raj, Andre Chase, Javier Bernal, and Draco Anthony in singles matches. So he has a pretty bright future. He's also worked some tag team matches with Joe Gacy, and Joe Gacy is like his ringleader kind of thing going on. So
yeah, definitely keeping his bad side down. But she looks like a ride or die kind of chick. So
exactly,
they look like a good match. Good for him.
Yeah.
Some good news, dope.
It's definitely dope. But you ready to move on to number 8?
Yeah, number 8, guys. This one's pretty juicy. Have you been keeping up with MJF and AEW?
Oh man, you know it because I've been wanting him to go to WWE. I really was like, I want the Miz to take him on, but I know there's like the whole contract thing. But I feel like that is the Miz like amped up. He's gonna be the next Miz, so I want him to move on to WWE. I think he's primed for it. And after that whole talk that he had with Ariel Helwani, man, that's a little rough. Tony Khan was pissed.
So AEW president Tony Khan has reportedly had a heated discussion with MJF over the weekend backstage. According to Fightful Select, Khan took issue with MJF openly discussing his AEW contract status and interest from WWE on the Harland show without even notifying AEW's PR or Tony Khan or anybody in their team.
Yeah. And I mean, I understand that, but it's not like this is the first time that he said something. Like this is like he's been very open about his contract status and his interest in WWE. But I guess this one just left a really bad taste in Tony Khan's mouth. And, they had a conversation between each other over the weekend, and reportedly both men are left frustrated. It was also noted that MJF's contract status has been causing, MJF a lot of frustration as of late. And I think that's just because of he knows he's a superstar in the making. We all give him his praises. He's the next bad guy. Everybody's watching him. So,
oh yeah, man.
I don't know, man.
He's about money.
That's much what it is.
It's all about fame and money, man. And during that interview, I caught that he actually shared it on his Facebook page before anybody. That's how it kind of leaked. And so he, as soon as the show was on, he shared it. So it was out there. But during the interview, he said, I get this. So when you're as talented, as over, and as much drawl as me, if I want, I can bite Tony Khan's fingers. He knows where his bread and butter is. I mean, those are some strong words, man. Biting the hand that feeds you. Yeah. That's exactly what he's referencing.
Yeah.
And MJF,
that might be why he's so pissed. Why Tony Khan was like, whoa.
Yeah, man. That's a slap in the face. He goes on to say, and he goes, and if that offends anybody in the locker room, which I know it does, oh, well, cry about it. Get more over than me. Oh, wait, that's right. You can't, because I'm literally the best talker in business and one of the best wrestlers in history of the business, bell to bell. Some big words, man, from a big mouth.
Real big words. But I mean, he knows how to get over. That's how you do it.
He is over, man.
Nonsense, and people are gonna start watching you. And he has some stuff to back it up, but that's a little much. Say best in the history,
wrestler,
bell to bell, dude. You just started. Come on, man.
He's got a background, but I just don't see that, man.
I was about to say, but to say in history, man, he's still a baby in this sport. Yeah, he's got a little history, but you can't make that kind of claim and be taken serious yet. So he overstepped a little bit there, and definitely, crapping on, your boss right now and your locker room ain't the best move, but he's in it for the long game. He's talking about it in terms of what he knows he can bring and where he wants to go. It's clear where he wants to go. But you don't want to screw yourself right now when you're at AEW and you're in a contract for the next 2 years. You may
right?
just be putting yourself in catering, bro, and that's not something you want to do.
I was just gonna say, let's see him say something like that about Vince McMahon when he's under contract. I bet you
Yeah.
that won't fly.
Oh, he
He'd
won't
get
do
his butt
that.
slapped real quick.
Yeah,
And I
he'll
like
never have to do
MJF.
that.
He is the best on the mic. He is the best talker in the business.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. He is the best bad guy in wrestling right now. I love it. His burns are the sickest, man. But
Yeah.
his wrestling, he's got wrestling skills. Don't get me wrong. He has talent, but he's not there as far as his actual in-ring skills. He can get better, but yeah, a little too over, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, his talking is what gets him the spotlight. But that's been the trend as of late, man. And MJF has the mic skills to carry him a really long way. His wrestling skills will get there. We know that, especially when he goes to WWE. It'll get there. But yeah, his mouth gets perfect in the matches.
Yeah, most he's perfect definitely for WWE, man. He needs to go there.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I can't wait for that. But you ready for number 7?
Yeah, let's get into it, man.
Let's get it. All right,
this
man.
This is a big one.
Yeah. Do you want me to play the clip first, or do you want to get into it first?
It's up to you. I'll let you do it, man. It's up to you. You and I have been talking about this for weeks now.
Oh, so. Yeah. We already know, but I want to play the clip real quick.
Do it.
Let's see if it'll load.
Oh, I'm sure it will. Live TV. Gotta love it.
Well, while it loads, you know what we're talking about, guys. Seth freaking Rollins.
At WrestleMania, baby! We did it!
Yeah. A little laggy.
Oh,
but yeah, he was so super excited. Laggy. Look at this, just surfing on Vince McMahon's table. Like
I love it. Dude, as soon as the announcement came out, I was like, yep. We all know.
Yeah, it was good stuff, man.
I was honestly surprised at how calm Vinnie Mac was. Even though, if you saw this, Vince told him, get your shoes off my table. And that was when he had his feet kicked up. He was like, what, am I fired? Blah, blah, blah. And Vinnie Mac was just like, no, like you could have bended this, but you chose to do this the hard way instead of coming to me. And I would have given you the match. I was surprised when he was saying all that, but Seth Rollins is a star. Yeah. Of course he's going to get a match. We all been saying that. So yeah, he definitely took the hard route for whatever reason, and it definitely didn't work. But now Vinnie Mac is coming to the aid. But come on, man. We know who that's going to be.
How could you have WrestleMania without Seth freaking Rollins?
Yeah. But you heard him too, because he was like, I could do it. But I don't want to. He's like, yeah, just because how Vinnie Mac is. He's gonna humble you. He might bring you up a little bit, but he's still the biggest thing in wrestling ever. Yeah,
he always has that thumb just right there, just enough. Yeah. But when in that meeting when Rollins he inquired about who his opponent was going to be, McMahon responded, "Your opponent will be someone of my choosing, and you'll know it, when you're being introduced." And Seth couldn't even care, man. He was just so happy. Immediately jumps to Twitter like Vince McMahon coming in for the win, just blowing it up. Just could not be happier. I know I'm happy.
Oh, dude, yeah, I'm super happy that he's in it. I never doubted it. I never did. I always was like, there's no way. There's absolutely no way that you're gonna have this big, huge event. And as over as Seth Rollins has been, he's not gonna be in it. That would be outrageous. So I've liked the story. I thought there's been a few stupid things like him trying to get in wherever and like trying to steal people's
the KO show.
The KO show was the dumbest part. I liked the whole fight with AJ Styles though. That one I liked.
Yes.
But
the KO was like that was lame.
Yeah, the KO show wasn't it. I really liked the tag team route with him and KO. That was fantastic. So I think that they did a really good job overall with the story. But yeah, it needed
and it's
a bit
a great
work.
Tease.
Yeah, definitely some great teases here and there. And this tease though, we all know who it's gonna be. And I'll put this. Let's see if this clip will load right, because it was working for me earlier, and now it doesn't want to. Uh-oh. There we go. You guys see who that is?
Yeah.
That goes right to number 6 too.
Number 6. Let's get. So, tinfoil hat time. Let's get him. We don't have him. That's Lady J. But number 6, Cody Rhodes, WrestleMania.
Cody Rhodes is going to be at WrestleMania. Come on, man. All eyes are on WWE WrestleMania 38. And I mean, understandably so. You know, it's been billed as the most stupendous WrestleMania of all time. But, you know, there's been a whole lot of buzz, you know, surrounding the annual post-WrestleMania Raw on Monday, the SmackDown, everything that's happening right after. Those are all like the biggest shows. So, you know, everybody, though, has been talking about, you know, Cody Rhodes. Every single Monday Night Raw, there's a chant for Cody. For like 3 weeks now. This is happening.
And so I've heard some rumors that that's a artificial chant, which, okay, is that the crowd? Okay, yeah, the crowd wants Cody. You know, everybody wants Cody. But if these rumors are true, that gives us even more reason to suspect that Cody's coming. If they're artificially chanting Cody.
That's very, very interesting because I haven't heard that. So that's an artificial chant. Holy crap.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
So like that's, and again, like we just showed that clip, that's some old school beef. Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes. Ooh, to be announced. We saw the tease from Vince McMahon last night at Raw, all kind of leading up to it. Who knows?
Yeah. Rhodes returning to WWE at WrestleMania will be a top story. Of course, that's going to take over a lot of like what happened at WrestleMania that we're going to talk about next year and the year after, whatever. It's going to be dominated with Cody Rhodes coming back. We all know that. So building the show around his first promos and signing on the dotted line should be a focal point of that.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. So do you think it will be at WrestleMania or post?
I think it'll be at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Because who else is he going to fight? At this point, it's like it's set in stone. There's nobody else that we're going to see fight Seth Rollins. It has to be Cody Rhodes. They've been building it for so long, and there's so many rumors about it. And the WWE has done the best/worst job of keeping it a secret by just not addressing anything, you know? So it's like the only addressing that I've ever heard was when Seth had the mic at one point. I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And they were chanting Cody, and he was like, "We don't do the rumors," and just kept on with his segment. And so it's weird, man. I don't know. I don't see why they would blue ball everybody like this. They would lose a lot more fans than gain any if they don't have Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. That's, you know,
and we could still have contract signing post WrestleMania. We could see the fight, big fight, and then just a great storyline of Rhodes showing up. Is there going to be a character change? What's it going to be? You know, and then we could go down. Is it going to be Goldust? Is it going to be the Galactic American Nightmare or something like that? You know?
Anybody but go. I've already said my piece on this. Anybody but Stardust, please. It's all I ask.
There's so many of us that want to see it just to hate, just to let the hate flow, man.
Yeah, I know, and it stresses me out just thinking about it. But I mean, I am excited to see Cody Rhodes come back. Like, he's done a lot of growth since being in the WWE, and he's gained a huge following. Like, I never expected it. You know, like everybody loves him.
He really has.
Yeah,
he's good for wrestling.
Yeah. So this is a big pickup for the WWE if it really did happen. I just really don't think that the WWE would work this the way that they did. If
that would be
not,
some serious gaslighting, man.
Vinnie Mac would have nipped this in the bud right away. Like, we're not signing him a long time ago if that didn't happen. And he's a smart enough businessman to know that if this deal did not work out by WrestleMania, they just screwed themselves out of a huge fan base and a lot of returning fans. So
I say blue ball, and that's fantastic. I think that's
it's a blue ball. Like, we're right there, and like that. No, Don't do that to fans, man. You can't do that to us. We've been anticipating this for how long? You're just gonna leave us with our stomachs hurting?
It's supposed to be stupendous. I mean, we're just seeing Brock and Reigns go at it again. Not too stupendous. You know, Edge and AJ, that's some big news, but you know, not stupendous. So this would be big. This would make WrestleMania. So
most definitely,
let's see what
it's
happens.
one of the biggest storylines for sure. Yeah. But you know, moving into
guys, tune in. We want to hear your thoughts too.
Yeah, man, I want to know. I want to know. I need to know what you guys are thinking. But in the meantime, let's do number 5.
Yeah. So this is a good one. ROH Super Card.
Yeah, man. So this one's going to be huge. After 4 months, Ring of Honor Wrestling returns on Friday, April 1st with Super Card of Honor 2022. This event will be at the Curtis Colwell Center in Garland, Texas. Huge event featuring ROH World Title Unification match between Bandito and Jonathan Gresham. That's super dope. That is super dope.
Some big news, man. I'm super excited that ROH is finally coming back.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be the first event since Tony Khan's owned it. So we've also get to see the long-awaited ROH World Tag Team Dream match, FTR versus Jay and Mark Briscoe. We also get to see Shane Strickland, Swerve, going head-to-head with Alex Zane. That's going to be a stacked fight card. Then, of course, you have the franchise of ROH, Jay Lethal taking on Lee Moriarty. So lots of stuff and plenty more on tap. That's going to be a really good fight card. I'm going to be watching that one myself. This event is available for purchase on Fight TV or pay-per-view.com, as well as in demand on cable, satellite providers, all of that good stuff. So make sure you guys stream it. That's going to be a good one, man.
Yeah, it definitely is. And it's going to show you what this change in ownership has done to ROH. That's going to be the biggest thing for me is let's see what Tony Khan did. You know what I mean?
Yes. That's why I'm really excited. I think Supercard is a good name. I mean, seeing FTR and Briscoe, oh man, this is going to be a good one. So I'm very, very excited. Tony Khan hasn't let me down yet. So
exactly.
Let's see what he can do.
I'm very impressed and I'm very, very excited for this one. So I just want to see, because this is a whole lot more workload. So you got to do right by it, because ROH was good. It was fine where it was at. So now you're adding a lot more. Don't screw it up. That's all I'm worried about. Don't you screw this up.
I think a lot of fans have very similar sentiments. But you know, I think it's going to be good things. I really do. I really, really do. I'm excited.
Yeah,
so I agree. Man. Don't mess it up. I don't think it's going to be a toilet bowl. There's just too much talent, man. There really is.
There's way too much talent. I do agree with that. But you never know. We've been screwed by so many other things in the past. So I'm always guarded. Guarded.
The Wrestleverse, it provides, but it taketh away.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it does both. Most definitely. But
it giveth and taketh away. That's what I was trying to
say. I couldn't even remember it either. So I'm glad you got it. But all right, man. You ready for number 4?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So this is a little bit more sombering. But still news and important. You know, so we got to talk about it. Rocky King passed away, man.
Yeah, very sad. But I mean, his career was pretty awesome. You know, I didn't know much about him, and I know my dad did. And, you know, watching wrestling and being so involved in the Wrestleverse, you hear his name. This is somebody that you know. You know what I mean? Even if you never watched a match before, you know him. So, yeah, I definitely I actually found a clip. Let's hope that it works this time.
Yeah, I was hoping so too.
Yeah, man. No, I found a good one. This one was actually on Twitter. And so I'm going to let this one load because now I know why it's lagging. I get it now. So I think I can fix it. So let's see.
He has Nikita on the outside of the ring.
No, it's...
Ooh,
Super dope, right?
hook and
Nice
scoop.
sequence.
Man, I just saw the
Super nice
video
sequence.
of two girls like fighting, and this poor girl got hooked and scooped on the pavement, dude, just
Ooh.
right on her neck. Yeah, that same
Ooh.
little finisher move. I was like, you don't do that in real life.
Yeah, I was
Kill
about to
somebody.
say, man, there's play. That's why they do the disclaimers. Don't try this stuff at home, but we don't listen.
Yeah,
we don't ever
but
listen.
it's a big guy in wrestling. So he was mainly enhancement talent for JCP and was later paired with Fabulous Freebirds and WCW. Which I was always a little bit more of a fan of WCW. And well, that's what I grew up watching, but he was also known as Little Richard Marley in 1989 and 1990. But after the Freebirds turned on him, he began using his ring name Rocky King as a babyface. And he wrestled. He also refereed for WCW before retiring in 1998.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So after
that's
retiring, he was involved in a lot of like indie stuff and independent programs. So he spent his whole life in wrestling.
Yeah. Like I said, man, like I was born in '95, so I didn't really watch it much, but I knew the name because that was my dad's time when he was watching it all. So yeah, for sure,
Well,
man. I
for
know
all you
that
wrestling fans out there, new school, old school, we got to give homage and respect to the guys that created the sport that we know and love now. So
always.
I'll definitely keep everybody up to date on that stuff. But
Yeah.
to some lighter stuff.
Kind of lighter. It was light to me. But yeah, let's move on to number 3. Becky. I loved everything about what you did. And I'm pulling the black card, just as another black wrestling fan, to watch this woman finally take her vengeance on Becky Lynch. I absolutely loved it. I had a great time watching it. You don't touch a black woman's hair. I said it on Twitter. Don't you ever do that. That's a universal rule, and especially not the braids. You see how laid them things are? Don't touch them, or else you have to pay the consequences. And she brought the scissors out, and here is, the result of that.
Oh man, that picture is fantastic. Just
Dude,
her sporting it.
She was so happy. I think it was just satisfying for everybody involved, dude. Oh no, this one's super laggy. I don't even think it showed anything.
Yeah, well,
didn't even show anything. Well, let me tell you what happened then. Becky Lynch had the audacity to basically try to cut Bianca Belair's braid off.
Mm-hmm.
And so as soon as that happened, Bianca took all the power that she had in her body and her ancestors and hit her with the meanest 2 KODs I think I've ever seen. And then after that, took the scissors and just got to chopping off as much as she could, just chunks of Becky Lynch's hair.
Oh,
it was awesome.
Yeah, she hit her hard. Refs came out trying to break it up. And you saw that first picture. Those scissors were no joke. She was going in there meaning business.
Dude, yeah, those were shears.
Those were ready to take off Belair's ponytail for sure. That would have cut right through him. So I had no problem tearing through Becky's hair at all. So,
dude, yeah.
I mean, like, she was just afterwards, Lynch was beside herself, man. She was just like in a whole nother world. She was in a trance, and the crowd just was chanting, "You deserve it."
Yeah.
And she was just like, "I can't believe you're saying that." She was in awe. And she's just like mumbling and almost like speaking tongues, walking away. And
we're finally seeing the snap.
And then what? Backstage, she broke the number 2 rule that you don't do to a black woman, right? She called her a bitch, and I was like, "Woo! You don't do that now."
It's over for you.
And then stomped away. Just had nothing else to say. Just right in the camera all the way through.
Yeah. Oh man, this is gonna be super dope. I'm
crazy
very excited for this. Like I I can't lament enough on it. Like, this one is going to be a great, great match. But I think that Becky is going to keep the title. I think that was like too big of a moment. And I don't think that Becky is going to give up the title after that. You know, I don't think it'll work.
It's going to be a good match. They both have beat each other a few times.
Oh, yeah.
And faced off. But Belair is just getting better and better.
Oh, yeah. Really Bianca Belair is on fire. She's
Yeah.
been on fire. But I'd be remiss to say if I didn't say that Becky hasn't been doing the same thing, you know? Because it's not like Becky Lynch has plateaued. Her character has done a lot more developing than her skills have, but her skills have been there, you know?
That's a very good point. I don't think I could disagree with that. That's what's going to make it a great match, man. I mean, the feud for this, I love. You know, the backstory for wrestling is definitely important in all matches. It just makes it that much more important. I think in all fights, really, the backstory really just makes it that much better.
Oh,
but
yeah.
This one, man, has just been a build-up for a year now, and it's great. I'm ready for this. You got two wrestlers that are nearly at their peak facing off. It's going to be a great event.
Oh, yeah. I can't, like I said, I can't lament enough on this one. I'm very, very excited, and I think that it's going to be a banger.
Yeah.
Like, that's the best way to put it. This one is going to be a banger. So get ready, guys, because, yeah, we're in for a really nice one. But you ready for the next one?
Yeah, man.
What are we at? We're already at number 2.
So we're on, the K, number 2.
Let's get it. All right,
so this is some pretty cool news.
Oh, dude. KO is a promo god. I just want to say that right now. Kevin Owens is the king of promos. If we're talking about mic skills, what he has done with the whole KO show and his beef with the state of Texas and going into Steve Austin has been phenomenal. From the bald cap to, you know, his pouring beer on people, the stunners. Dude, epic. Absolutely epic.
He really is. He has made this event so much better. And really, I mean, he's made the KO and Seth Rollins tag team and the best friend stuff. That was all him as well. You know, Seth was a bit hesitant towards it in the beginning of, you know, a few months back, but I think the king, the god of promos, it's great. And last night was fantastic. Fight fans, definitely check that one out. It was some good stuff.
You definitely have to. I'm reluctant because I have a clip, but these clips have been betraying me, man.
We got to try it.
You said try it?
Yeah, let's try. We got to try it.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I got to pull it up. It's worth it.
And like I said, fight fans, if not, just go find a clip real quick, put some time in, make sure you watch it because it's some good stuff.
Oh, man, yeah. Like I said, like it was absolutely
You try to pick a fight with me on the KO show, I will end up pouring one of your very own beers onto your lifeless carcass after I open up a can of whoop-ass on you, and that's the...
So we couldn't see the video, but we got the audio.
I was about to say it started out great. It started out great, and then it betrayed me again. Oh.
That's okay. The audio is still great. That's really the best part of it because he just went savage, and the crowd was just immersed in hate,
I was about to say, you can't boo him. You can't. Like, we all want to see Stone Cold whoop his ass. But, dude, he can talk a good one. Say what you want. Say what you want. This man can talk a good one.
He systematically went through and ripped off every single thing that Steve Austin has. Every single thing. And used it just as good, if not better. I mean, it's fantastic. I love what he's doing.
You can't knock it, bro. You can't hate him, dude. And what you didn't see in that clip was the fact that KO basically told him that this better be Stone Cold passing the torch. Those are some big, big words because they do some of the same stuff. They do. KO does a little more flashy, agile things, especially for his size. But that stunner is all Stone Cold. The way he talks kind of Stone Cold-esque. But yeah, it's like that stunner is really the main thing. That he wants him to pass on the stunner, and he wants Steve Austin to admit that his stunner is better.
That's what it's about. It's about the stunner, because as far as style, they're similar, but they're still very different.
Yeah,
you know,
it's
and even characters as well.
KO has his own style for sure, and it's the fact that he can jump in there and do these flips that nobody else can really expect. You know, nobody expects for somebody his size to be doing the things that he does, and he does it with ease.
Sentons and cannonballs and bouncing around like a pinball.
Jumping
so
from the
I think you're right. You hit
rope.
the nail on the head. It is about the stunner. He wants it passed on. He wants it to be his move, and he wants people to think of him when they say his stunner. He wants it to be the next generation. He wants that torch passed.
Yeah.
I couldn't agree more. And I think I'm ready for it, man. I mean, Stone Cold, or he's his own wrestler.
Yeah. Do you see Stone Cold giving into that? Because I sure don't.
No, that's what makes this a great match.
Yeah, because he's like, it's not going to be a match. It's just going to be, just a KO show segment, because he doesn't want any smoke. Come on, you're talking about Stone Cold here, bro. You're going to get smoked.
Not washed up.
Like. Not at all, bro. Not at all. So I'm super ready. I'm super ready for this one. But
yeah,
let's get into number one, because this one I'm actually excited for.
Yes.
What a freaking twist. So number one.
All right, guys, we saved the best for last. This is some big news.
Who would have thought that this would be the best one? Because I sure did not until I saw it for firsthand.
Well, we've been talking about this for a while. Who is Bobby Lashley coming back. When's he coming back? He's on concussion leave. So he hasn't been on WWE programs since the Elimination Chamber in Saudi Arabia, right? Where he lost his WWE championship to Brock Lesnar. He was eliminated before participating in the match and placed on concussion protocol. So that was kind of like what laid him off, and he's been down ever since and had a shoulder injury too.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Like apparently he had a lot of other injuries going on beforehand that we just didn't know about. And it was like, taking a toll on him. So he had to address them finally. So I'm glad he did. It sucks how he lost the belt. I don't know if we're ever going to see him and Brock start their feud. Maybe after WrestleMania, we'll see it. Cause it is unfinished business, but nobody was interested, nobody's missing it.
Yeah. So, I'm just happy he's back. When you hear a concussion injury or shoulder injury or any kind of injuries, it's always a big deal. So to have him back competing, and he's going to be in WrestleMania, that's crazy.
Yeah. Dude, against the guy that nobody thought would have an opponent. I thought that this was going to be a snub. I was so upset for Omos, but I was literally like, who is going to face him? Because this is a huge task. Omos has literally dominated everybody. Before Bobby Lashley came out, he literally destroyed the Viking Raiders like they were kindergartners. It was ridiculous. I did not expect that to happen. And it was by count out, which was like the worst way. I was like, okay. It sucked watching that one because I was like, oh, this one might be a good WrestleMania match. Watching the Viking Raiders take on Omos would be dope. But
we've been speculating for a while.
But we see Bobby Lashley come in, and he's the first guy to literally ram into Omos and knock him down. Come on,
out
man.
Of the ring.
Yeah. This is going to be big. This is a huge return for Bobby Lashley. And this is actually going to be a really good match because Bobby Lashley, as you can see, is all muscle. Omos is just a behemoth of a man, and he's muscular too. But all we know Bobby Lashley for is just being a giant muscle,
Right. But he has that lower center of gravity. Yeah. In my experience, the shorter, stockier guys are much more difficult to try to wrestle versus the big, lanky guys.
Especially when you're tall and lanky. It goes either way because I was a lankier dude.
Insane. You have to learn how to kind of work with.
You got to know your style, and I think
exactly.
that this match is definitely going to be a task for Omos because you're not going to bully him.
It is.
You're not going to bully Bobby Lashley.
No,
and I won't
he
stand
is
for
too
it.
strong. He's too fast. I think this is a great match. I think it's a great match for Lashley to return to. You know, you and I have been speculating for weeks now about who could even take on Omos.
Yeah.
And will he be in WrestleMania? And for today's news, I almost had a snub list. I was going to do the top 5 snubs.
Yeah.
And Omos was going to be in it until, you know, the news. And I was like, oh, wait, no, I'm going to take that out. Like, that's big. WWE, you've redeemed yourself. I'm glad we got this match.
Huge news. That was the biggest thing that happened. And that was like in the middle of the card. But I couldn't believe it. I was like, wow, what a return for Bobby Lashley, because I was not expecting for him to come back.
And he wasn't even on our radar for opponents, you know, because he's been out. He's just totally off and out of the conversation.
This one,
so this is a huge surprise.
Truly surprised me. I give that credit to WWE for that. That was
not leaking it.
The greatest surprise I've gotten in a minute, because I was I was like, whoa, like that one shocked the hell out of me. But I could, that's well put. I couldn't agree more, man. They definitely good job keeping it on the hush. Yeah.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, very genius. And I want to do some honorable mentions real quick, because there were 2 things that could have made it. And of course, the Steiner brothers getting into the Hall of Fame is huge.
I'm glad we touched on this.
Great, very well deserved. I can't wait for Scott Steiner's open mic speech. It's going to be hilarious, and I'm so ready for it. I'm so ready. I can't tell you how excited I am for that. But the biggest thing that I want to touch on is what the hell they are doing to Ricochet. What Ricochet is going through right now is painful to watch. He has been on a slide since he got the Intercontinental title. He got in a squash match where he was the one being squashed against Austin Theory. And I know everybody's like, I thought you would like that because that's Austin Theory. No, I don't like that because it's ridiculous. Like, Ricochet just got his ass beat for 3 minutes and got pinned like he was a rookie. This is the Intercontinental champ, and he's a great wrestler. And so for that to happen was embarrassing and a shame. I just wanted to talk about that real quick.
Yeah. So on this episode of What Grinds Tijon's Gears.
Yes. I could give like a 5.
You know, I agree, man. You know, it's what this is. We all know what it is. It's Theory getting a push. And honestly, they've been treating Ricochet like this for a long time, man. They really don't like his style of wrestling in WWE. And it's not the fans, it's the management.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. They don't want to use his style in WWE. They like the giants. They like the big guys. But switch it up. So do I. I like that stuff, but they got to switch it up. And they are doing my man Ricochet dirty. They
Very
really
are,
so. Man.
Like, why even give him the title if this is what you were going to do to him? This is ridiculous.
At least Finn Balor's getting a little bit of a push. You know, me and you were both Austin Theory fans. I like it. He's got a ton of potential.
Yeah.
But, you know, don't have him smash Ricochet, man.
Yeah.
He's on a whole nother level.
You're gonna turn a lot of people away from Austin Theory if you push it this way. There's other ways to do it. Don't go about it this way. This is not a great way to do it.
Yeah.
Let's see how this whole thing with him and Pat go first.
Yeah, I agree, man. So
yeah, man. That's all I got though. I just had to get that out my heart. I had to get that off my chest. I'm good.
That's fine, man. We're here for you. Wrestleverse, leave us some comments. You know, if we left anything out, make sure you let us know. And you know, now before we bid you adieu, we like to give you a very enthusiastic NJPW style round of applause. You know what that is? You went to NJP.
Is that the golf clap? The quietest clap of all time, no matter how good a match is.
You got to go to the NJP. It was a little bit different than the one we went to, but generally you could see it's a much quieter crowd. You know,
I've done some research on NJPW since, you know, getting on this stuff, and it's definitely different. Definitely different. I don't really understand it, but maybe that's the gimmick, because there's no way half of the matches are amazing.
Yes,
and so
I know
seeing them just like is ridiculous. Like they must not have drinks at those at all, because I know one beer and somebody's screaming. You know, somebody is yelling. There must be a completely dry event, or like they must have guards over there. Something I have no idea.
Maybe it's a cultural thing. I agree, man, because watching that stuff is intense, man.
Yeah,
strong style is just that. It's strong, man.
Exactly.
It was a ton of fun to watch.
Yeah,
but Yeah, until next time, it's Billy here.
And Tijon.
Yeah, and we've been your guides through the Wrestleverse top 10. And if you feel like we've missed anything, leave some comments below. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And for more WrestleCap videos like this, just click the link right there below. Make sure you check us out. Every day we're going to be doing top 10 countdowns and reviewing all the stuff going on for WrestleMania. And make sure you check out our sweet merch as well. Tijon, anything else, man?
Nah, man. Like you said, like, share, comment. Yo, if there's something that you guys think that we didn't hit, or something that you think that deserved the top 10 spot, or if you want to rearrange the list, let us know. We won't change it, but it'll be good. A little good banter. You know, I like to hear what you guys' thoughts are. So let us know, man. Let us know what you guys think. But, you know, until next time, this is Tijon and Billy.
Yeah, don't
Keep it
stop
real,
believing.
guys.